Yeah. All right. Giving it another minute or two. I should have started my stock like earlier, but I just didn't think about it. But it's okay. It'll work for what we need. While I am waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and peel this shrimp. I did not get the easy peel shrimp, so like this is a bit more of a process. I should have got the easy peel shrimp, but whatever. Looks like it's pretty well deveined though. You still want to get some out of there. I was smart and got this lobster tail at Kroger today instead of Whole Foods because it's like half the price. And they're pretty much the same shit. These are a little smaller, but you know, they're all frozen and come from the same place pretty much. Should have, didn't bring my shrimp tool, which kind of is a bummer because that was a handy dandy little thing to get these shells off. Alright, we're going to put our shrimp back in our container because I'm not going to use all of the shrimp tonight. I don't need to use all of it. And then I'm going to use it tomorrow for some other things. Probably going to do a steak tomorrow with some mashed potatoes and some carrots. And then we'll probably have some shrimp to go along with that. Might do a red wine sauce. I don't know, I haven't decided. I got a nice Garnacha Spanish wine to go with this, even though it's French, and there's a lot of Spanish ingredients going in this. Yeah, definitely should have went for the easy peel, for sure. But hey, what are you gonna do? I have a new setup for the Instagram thing today. Instead of being like right on the counter, I have it up on another stand. It's not really a tripod, but it's a light stand, and it works. So the cameras are kind of all in the same spot. Eventually I'll figure out how to stream through this thing to Instagram as well, but you know, Instagram's kind of a pain in the ass. And doesn't like third-party streaming, I guess. Dolly's gonna bark. She's not, maybe not. She's been, well, I was out at the grocery store most of the day, but like since I've been home, she's been really quiet until I started doing the stream. And now she wants to, when I started getting ready for that, all she wanted to do was bark and go crazy. We've got butter in there back behind us on low. Yeah, having my shrimp thing would have been a lot easier for this. I know like single-use tools or like kitchen tools are kind of stupid and pointless, but I really like that thing because it made this a hell of a lot easier. And the reason I got this lobster tail from Kroger instead of Whole Foods today is it was in the counter. It was in the counter. It wasn't out like in a display anywhere. It was behind the glass and still pretty frozen. So, and all I need it really for is to chop it up and throw it in the sauce, and then the shell for like to add some flavor to my stock. Now, normally I want that stock to simmer for a little bit longer than I'm gonna have it simmer tonight, but you know, that's okay. We're gonna make a sofrito. I've never made this actually before. I have made mussels. They turned out okay. I don't do them often, so it's gonna be, we'll see if it'll work out. It might be terrible, and if it is, you won't know, because it'll at least look good. And if it's terrible, it might be terrible, but you won't know. So I will know, but I don't think it will be. I read the menu. So when I lived in Louisville, there was a place that I really liked to go to called Mussel and Burger Bar, and that's what they did. They served mussels and burgers and like decent craft beer and stuff like that. And they had shirts making fun of vegans, which I thought that was always pleasant and funny. But I always got this Moules, because I guess the S is silent, Moules Basquaise, or Basquaise? I don't know how to pronounce it. We're going to go with Basquaise. But apparently it's a French dish. I thought it was more of a Spanish style thing, because it's definitely got a Spanish influence. And it's all kind of right there in the, I'm thinking Portugal and other things. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. Still having some brain fog from yesterday. And let's hope we can get this lobster out of its tail, out of its shell, a little easier than it was last time. So it's very sharp, so that's going to be kind of a pain. But we're going to take our scissors, and instead of going the way we went last time, we're going to go on this side. And we're going to cut. There she goes. I knew it wasn't going to be long. This way is a little easier. I'm glad I looked up a better way to do this. Dolly, no. I said easier, I didn't say it was easy. There we go. The joys of having a dog-reactive dog living in an apartment complex. Alright, so now we got some melted butter over here on this stove. So we're going to crank that up a little bit. And we're going to toss these shrimp shells and lobster shell in to the broth. And I'm going to try to fucking clean as I go so I don't have a huge mess to deal with later tonight or tomorrow because I don't want to deal with it. So I unloaded the dishwasher earlier so I can just boom, load and go. Like I said, I'm only using a couple of these shrimp because I just want to chop them up real fine. He said, I've never done this recipe before. Don't know if it's going to work, but I think it might be pretty good. So we'll save the rest of those for tomorrow when I make the steak. I've got my mussels in the fridge there. I already like de-bearded them and then took and then purged them so they're still in a bowl of salt water right now. And they all look alive, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Alright, so I'm going to move this here. This cutting board, because I don't need that at the moment. I do want to try this wine, because this is the wine we're going to cook with. Even though this is kind of a red sauce, we'll use a white wine. That's not bad. It's a blend. It's a Spanish blend, but it's good. And then I got a Spanish red Garnacha, which is my favorite red. So we'll see how it goes. I'll probably use that for dinner tomorrow. Alright, let's chop this stuff up as good as we can. Knowing they're going to cook down even more. I really just want it for the flavor. I don't even want the texture in there at all. There's still a little bit of a vein in there. Got it. I guess it's my fault for doing this stream, like when people are taking their animals out. I guess. I'll blame it on me. One day we'll get her to stop being so reactive and start being a little nicer. She's not like a bad dog, she's not a mean dog, but like, she just always wants to play. Always. It's like the main freaking goal in life. So I got this butter over here with the lobster shell and the shrimp shell. And we're just kind of letting those get pink. And then we're going to add the chicken broth in. So I almost, I forgot chicken broth when I was at the actual store today. So I went to the store and forgot the chicken broth or chicken stock. And I was kind of upset about it. I realized it as I was leaving Total Wine. As I was leaving Total Wine, I was like, shit, I forgot about the chicken broth. But then I was like, cool, there's an Aldi right next door to Total Wine. That's perfect. I can go in there and just get some real nice cheap chicken broth. It'll be perfect. So I go pick up their brand of chicken broth, which I've used before. It's not terrible. Now I get to the front of the counter and they had this on clearance, like a whole thing of like Swanson, like non-GMO, like all goodness, natural goodness chicken broth. So like, yeah, and theirs was like $1.49 and this was 79 cents. Dolly, no. So like, I lucked out on that one. So I guess it wasn't as bad as, you know, or annoying for getting it at Kroger. Worked out for me, I guess. Oh yeah. They did not devein that one. Which means some of these others probably aren't deveined, so I'll have to remember that for tomorrow, that we will have to devein these ourselves. Because no one wants shrimp poop. Alright, I hear some sizzling over here I don't quite like, so I'll rinse off my hands. Give this a stir. Alright, our shells are pink and there's lots of shells. Almost orange and red, so we're going to give that just another minute. Turn it up a bit. See, this one they got. There ain't really a vein in that. There ain't a vein in that one. There is this kind of thing in the front that I don't like. I always try to cut out too. Alright, now I can go back to doing a chop. I can't like say Dolly no, or because she doesn't listen. I need to start using the special collar, the vibrating one that just beeps and then vibrates, and then it'll give her a little buzz. She usually listens with that one. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out because I've never actually done it, and I've had it at a restaurant, and I'm kind of excited because it was one of my favorite ways to eat mussels, and I have never had it like that since. All right. Now my question, I don't know what I should do, if I should steam the mussels separately and then toss them in with the sauce, or if I should put them in with the sauce and just close the lid and let what happens happen until those things steam open and cook. So I am going to pour some chicken broth in here. I'm going to just pour Golly, no! I'm just gonna pour the whole thing because I'm gonna use all of this stuff. Like I'm not gonna probably not use it all night, but I can use it for something later this week. So, all right. So we got our stock in there. We're gonna just Dolly, no! Get down, no. Like, I can't kick the other dogs out, I'm sorry. Get out of the trash. Now she's just sniffing at my feet. And it's too early for the trash pickup, so I don't know. I don't understand the issue there, dog. I mean, those dogs can't bother you that much. So like I said, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to find out. I'll take a bite before I even get off the string and see what we think. And I'll be honest. I'll be like, this sucks. We're never doing this again. Or we'll make ourselves this pretty often. Because getting some of the stuff on sale definitely made a difference. It's ridiculous, how much fresh, produce and stuff like that versus processed shit is. So I went to, like I said, I go to Whole Foods for most of my meat and produce. And then I go to, Kroger for my dry goods and other stuff like that, and just, chewy bars, granola bars, shit like that. And today obviously I got that lobster tail, and the lobster tail was $6. and I got, you know, some microwavable turkey and mashed potato, like separate things for later in the week when I don't want to cook. I got some pasta for later in the night, or later in the week when I don't want to cook. I barely had one of those small carts filled. When I was at Whole Foods, I spent like less than $70. I spent $67. And then when I was at Kroger buying less than I bought at Whole Foods, I was at $60. So I was $7 more at Whole Foods, and I got much better fresh produce, bread, like all kinds of stuff. And that even included a tenderloin steak, like a filet mignon. Like that I got like a 6-7 ounce steak. So what the fuck, people? No wonder that everybody's getting pissed because prices are going up. But it just proves my thing about if you know like what to look for, and especially if you're just living alone, Whole Foods is kind of the it's not much more expensive. But alright, we do need to wash our knife here. We need to chop up some stuff. Try not to turn this water on very high because I don't want it to splash all over the monitor and my laptop. Grab this rag that we got out of the dryer earlier. Get a little dry. I'm gonna toss this in the fridge back with the mussels so they can sit for a bit. Got some tomatoes for the sofrito. We're going to use our Ninja food processor blender hybrid combo thing, so that'll be fun. I don't really get to use it often, so I mean I probably should do it more often because there's things that I could use it for, but that wine is pretty tasty. I don't want to like drink it all though. Oh. So I am gonna I'll bring that over here in a minute, but it's got suction cups on it and it kind of makes it difficult. So I have already washed all this produce. Bay leaf will need for later. We'll set that over here. I'll buy the butter. So I already washed this produce. I'm gonna make this sofrito. I got a Fresno pepper, a green pepper, a red pepper, and a yellow onion. So I guess we'll start with the peppers things that don't hurt my eyes. I don't know about any of y'all, but I am not going anywhere tomorrow. I'm working from home, and that is basically it. I'm gonna go outside my apartment for the eclipse, but that's it. I mean, there's gonna be a big event here in Speedway, like at the track, and they said that they have people coming from all 50 states for this total eclipse thing. Traffic's gonna be a fucking nightmare. If you got to drive tomorrow, I feel sorry for you. Like, if you're in Indianapolis or really anywhere in Indiana, I feel sorry for you. Yeah, but I ain't driving nowhere. But it is going to be cool to see. I'm kind of excited about it. You know, I don't believe in, like, astrology or weird shit like that, but, like, I do know that the moon is tied to some shit with the tides, and I do know that, like, ancient civilizations, like, thought the eclipses were like a sign or something. So it's just cool to see one in totality. I don't think I ever have, and we're right in the path, so that's gonna be cool. I was playing a game a while back, the Dark Pictures anthology, and I got through all of them, and one of the ones that I think the last one I played involved, like, these people out in, like, it's just around Operation Iraqi Freedom, and they were, like, trying to find WMDs, but before it started there was, like, this big eclipse thing, and they were doing all sorts of sacrificing and all kinds of fucking battles with vampires and weird shit. It was fun. It was a cool game. And of course, the eclipse happened when the military was there, so they had to, and the CIA, so they had to fight and do all that. It was one of those, like, kind of horror adventure games, which is kind of fun. Like, it's like, it's not too bad. I like it. I'm still in the middle of one, but it's not really as fun as the others. It's a little bit more boring. But I also have been playing other games when I've been wanting to play games. So, Dolly, no, it's okay. I don't know why I'm really cutting these up so fine, because they are going to go in the food processor. So it's just rough chopping from now on. Like, there's no need to. Fucking Purdue, you know, I'm an IU grad, IU fan. I always used to talk shit about Purdue, but you know what? I'm rooting for them tomorrow. I'll probably watch the game, but, like, that could be, you know, now that I think about it, the eclipse could be bringing on the end of the world tomorrow, because, like, Purdue is in a national championship game. So, take that as how you will. Oh man, I have not eaten today, so I am, like, hungry and I'm starting to get a headache. Oh, I didn't have a candy bar, but that doesn't really count. Don't want the seeds. Get my scraper, it makes this easier. Alright, we're gonna grab our little food processor here and toss these green peppers in. I've only made sofrito one other time, maybe two. I think I made it for some chili. Yeah, I made it for a chili and it turned out really good. I said, I don't know why I took the time to chop some of those green peppers so like small and like diced, because I'll tell you, I don't need to be. This food processor fucks it up. I'm just putting chunks in and we'll see what happens. Try to get some of these seeds out there. I don't like to mess with the seeds. I can't see anything on Instagram because my phone's so far away. Try to have a seedless experience here. Not sure why my music stopped. Nope, there it goes. I'm going to turn it up just a bit because it is not quite loud enough. I would like to hear it but not get blocked off the Facebooks. That's probably gonna be alright. Especially talking over it, and once I start cooking, the shit starts sizzling and it'll be good. I'm debating on putting the pancetta in there. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to. I think I can do without the pancetta since I'm gonna have the chorizo. So I'm not really sure what to do. Fucking seeds everywhere. Get out of here. For this Fresno pepper, this red jalapeno, red jalapeno, we're gonna use our tool so we don't have to get fucking peppers, fucking spicy peppers all over my hands and me forget and rub my eyes. That seems to happen every once in a while when I do the peppers. Alright, here we go in the red bell pepper. Alright. I do want another glass of wine. I think everybody should have a glass of wine. I don't know where my wine glass went though, so that's a problem. There it is. Oh, I got some cannoli cake in the fridge from dinner last night. I was supposed to have dinner with a couple good friends, but one couldn't make it. But I still had a good time, had a good dinner. And I got a cannoli cake for dessert, and I haven't tried it yet, but it looks fucking phenomenal. And I had the linguine, or not linguine, but the vongole, which I'm sure if you've looked at this channel long enough and seen anything, you know that I've done that before. Actually, just recently. I do clam sauce pretty often. Alright. So we got this all nice and cleaned out with most of the seeds gone, so we're just gonna give it the same type of chop. There might be a couple seeds in there, but who cares? Alright, now we're gonna do our onion. Ooh. Dropping shit. I ain't even that drunk. I either need to get a new knife or get this one sharpened, like professionally, or buy a new professional sharpener, because the one I have kind of blows. And it's not good for what I need it to do. I mean, this knife usually works fucking great, but right now it's giving me some issues. Don't know if I should have got more than one onion, but we'll see how much of this sofrito it makes. If it makes enough, I can always put it in some freezer bags and freeze it. We'll use it for something else at a later date. Oh, shit. Alright, let's just get these both peeled before we start chopping, because I don't want to mess with that anymore. I think we're good on this cutting board, so I'm gonna have, or this other cutting board, so I'm gonna have to pop that in the dishwasher here shortly. That high heat to sanitize all that shit. Alright. Like I said, I need to remember I don't have to cut these onions perfectly, because we're gonna put them in the food processor. I have some Antiote Rojo paste that I'm gonna use too. That doesn't usually, it's not really called for in the, it might be, I don't know. I haven't looked at a recipe for this. I just went on what the menu description said. They said a seafood sofrito broth, chorizo, and peppers. So I'm just, yeah, we'll see. The white wine still kind of throws me, but that's okay. So I'm going to make a few things this weekend. Don't know if I'm going to stream all of them or if I'm going to shoot like just a video and try to like do some just produced stuff. I really want to start doing both, some live stuff on Sundays and then like some produced stuff throughout the week that I can edit and air at a later date. But I need to really find somebody to help with production and shit, because like I have this cool setup with this, the way the phone's set up now, that like we could seriously have some like when I'm cutting this onion, like you would see, like it would be right here, so you would see me cutting this onion and like it would transition to that scene, like so you could see that up close. You could see what I was doing up close. You could see what I was doing in the big pots that I have, and but it is what it is. We'll still make it work. I mean, I've had a few people volunteer. They're like, yeah, we just want to come over and eat. We'll do it. And I know they could do it because it's not, I mean, anybody can do it. It's really not that hard. Alright, now I'm going to put some tomato paste in here. I think that's Travis. I can't read. Well, it's Instigation Alterations, I think, which is Travis. So, hi. I can't really see it because I'm blind. Put some tomato paste in there. And I'm gonna put another little secret ingredient in here that I like to use, but we'll see if I show it. See, if I was producing this and it wasn't live, I could do like an edit and you wouldn't be able to see what I was putting in there. But we are going to put some of this Achiote Rojo, which is just like, it's like supposed to be a paste, but this is very crumbly. It's still good, but put a little bit of that in there. It's a spice seasoning paste, and it says a special marinating mix giving all types of meat an authentic Mayan/Mexican flavor. So we're just mixing cultures all over the place. Spanish, French, Mexican. What was I doing? Oh, a fork. I need to get some of these tomatoes out and in to our food processor. We'll use that sauce for something in a little bit. All right, so we're gonna plop our lid on here, lock it down, set that there. I think we're good on cutting things. I'm gonna put the pancetta up because I'm not gonna use it today. All right, yeah, we're almost to where we need to be. So let me toss this tomato paste. And we may need this again, so I'm gonna put it back here. We're done with our knife and our cutting board, so we'll set these here. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said, I'm trying to clean as I go because I hate doing the dishes, and this makes it a little bit easier. And I'm trying to get in the habit of that because, like, I never do that, and my kitchen's always a fucking disaster after I cook. And, like, luckily in the past, I've had people that have been, they're like, if you cook, I'll clean. Like, even if it was the next day. But now I can't stand it. It just stresses me out to see a bunch of fucking dishes in my kitchen, in my sink. I don't know how that stock's gonna turn out, but we'll find out. All right, so we're bringing this over here. Everybody can see. We got our food processor here. I'm not gonna add it to this. I'm gonna add it at the end. And we are just going to pulse this. Give it a check. It's not too bad, but it needs a couple things. A, it needs some olive oil. And B, I was going to put it in later. I just bought this last week and I have not had the chance to use it yet. I used to have it in old living quarters, but I don't. Lucky brand fish sauce. I'm just gonna, we really are mixing all sorts of cultures today. I'm just gonna do a little bit of fish sauce in here because it is very salty and umami flavoring. But we are cooking a few things this week. Steak probably will be tomorrow. And then I'm gonna do a mall food court style bourbon chicken. And then I'm gonna do a lemon caper chicken breast. So we'll see. And most of those are gonna have mashed potatoes, except the the bourbon chicken that will have rice. But all right, now let's give it a sample. All right, not so bad. We are gonna have extra for sure. So we're gonna get the suction cups off of that thing. Bring our burner over here. I could use all of this and make, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. First thing we're gonna do is get our chorizo in the skillet, or in the pot. Crank that pot up, do our little olive oil. I should have went to the Mexican grocery to get this chorizo, but I didn't want to stop at more than fucking 3 places I already had to. Already getting a good sizzle. So what I really want to do is just kind of get this cooked, and I'm going to take it out and just let that fat sit in there, and then we'll put the sofrito in, and then with the sofrito we'll put the broth in and the wine. And you know what? Like I said, we may have enough of this left over, like after the mussels. Like, to use it maybe for some shrimp and make like a pasta out of it or something. I don't know. We'll see. Just want this chorizo as broken up as I can get it. Smells pretty good. Trying to get this chopped up as good as I can, but we need to let it brown a little more. Might be a little easier once it gets a little more cooked. We also need to get something to store it in, huh? And I bought a French baguette from Whole Foods today. I didn't buy, I'm not gonna bake bread because I don't know, because I don't bake, right? Look at me, I don't know what I'm doing now. Like, I'm just going off memory and what a menu said it was in this shit. And knowing how to, like, just knowing how to do certain things. And hoping it fucking works out. Like I said, this could not work out at all. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna try. Yeah, but what I definitely need a producer because I miss cooking for people. Even if I just do it live, like once a week, like do it on a Sunday evening, you know, or something. We don't have to do it every week or every night. This tree that's pretty broken down, we can crumble it a little bit more once we get it out of this pot and into a bowl. Again, I have to give a shout out to the Melody Inn and the greatest bartender of all time, Lisa. Buddy of mine, Rob, bought me a shot at a beer last night for a belated birthday hang because he was not there last week. And he got himself a shot of Jameson, and I like tequila. I drink tequila more than I drink whiskey anymore. And as soon as I walked up to the counter, I walk up to the bar, Lisa brings me a PBR, and then we say, hey, we want a shot too. And Rob says Jameson, and Lisa grabs a Jameson, and before I can even say, oh, hey, like I don't want Jameson, I want something else, she already gets into the cooler and grabs me a shot of Espolòn, so she knows. And it's good to have people like that. It's good to have bartenders like that. Like, just people that know you and like it, and it's a good place to go. It feels like home most of the time for me. Like, as a matter of fact, like there was a time when I looked at photos on my phone and like sometimes it said home and the photos were at the Melody Inn. That's how much I was there at times. And like 2020 with COVID, you know, it was a rough time for every bar, every place. But luckily the Mel could still stay open even at 20% capacity. Still couldn't do shows for a while, but goddamn if we didn't take some acoustic guitars and hang out back in the smoker's garden and drink what we could, ate as many pieces as we could, and still hung out with most of the regulars, and it was always a good time. I do miss like, I'd even be okay with 50% capacity at a lot of places, but like that 20% capacity was nice for a little while. I know it wasn't nice for the bars, but I only got a half a pound of chorizo, but it looks like a lot more. I'm trying to use a slotted spoon so I don't take all the grease away. Because the chorizo grease is what we want. And there looks like there's plenty. Let's try this chorizo out. That's pretty good. Good thing about chorizo, it's already spice girl. does have some heat to it. All right, we got our chorizo in our bowl here. Next, we're gonna toss our pot back on. Take this out of here. Take this blade out. Not really sure how much of this sofrito to use, so we're just gonna wing it and see what the fuck happens, alright? More wine. Alright, I'm just gonna pour a little bit in as we go. You know what? Like Jesus said, fuck it. We're going to stir that up. Let that chorizo get all in there. We're going to add some of this tomato sauce that came with our tomatoes. We're going to add some white wine here shortly because I need another glass too. But I need to drain our stock. And by drain our stock, I mean not over the sink. Okay, so I'm just saying, this looks close to what I've had before. Just saying, looks close. Could it be a little, I'm sure it's a little different. Like I said, I haven't had it in a while, so I don't quite remember the exact flavor profile, but I just know what it had in it. Alright. Stir it up. Tomato sauce. Rinse this out. Put it in our dishwasher. I know I'm going to have to wash a few things by hand, but you know, we can get done what we need for now. Make it a little easier on us. Toss our wine in after we pour me some. Might be too much, might be too little. Get out of there! It's not for you. Might be too much, might not be enough. Who knows? I can't even tell you. Like, this is gonna be so fucking tasty, it's not even gonna be funny. I'm gonna throw my chorizo back in. Keep my bowl of rinse. Do my slight spoon of rinse. And boom. The bowl goes in the dishwasher. top. Alright, I'm gonna stir that up. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're going to toss this shrimp and lobster puree kind of mixture in there. Just for some extra flavor. Like I said, I bought a pound of mussels and I don't know, like, I don't know. Mussels aren't going to be good heated up the next day, so I don't really know what to do with them. I'm going to eat them. You can eat a pound of mussels, it's not that many. Thought about just cooking them in this. I also thought about cooking them with a little bit of this wine in a skillet and maybe like a splash of this sauce, and just let them open up naturally and then put them up and then put them in. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna do that actually. So we're gonna move this and throw a bay leaf in here. We're gonna let that kind of simmer for a little bit. I'm gonna bring it to a boil. Bring it to a boil and then we will simmer it down. Like, this is one of those meals that I wish I could like share with somebody, because as long as these mussels, Dolly, no, please, no, she listens great, but as long as these mussels cook and taste right, this is going to be a very, very, very tasty dish, and will probably be in rotation, because honestly, I mean, this sauce looks a little different, but it looks very similar at the same time. I've done a little extra to mine, you know, adding the chopped shrimp and lobster. But it tastes good. It needs a little bit more of Dolly, no! A little more sauce. I think that'll do. No! No! You're not going out there. That's gonna be the hardest part of like producing like an actual show, is this one barking over here, Miss Dolly. I'm trying to think of what else this needs. It needs a little bit more acid. So that means a little bit more wine. Oh no, it's only enough for a glass. Oh, we're starting to come to a boil. remember. Can't wait to get those mussels in there. So we got our mussels here. We'll take them out of here and put them in another container. I hate dirtying up all these containers and bowls. This bowl's not gonna be big enough. I think I have a bowl big enough. So we're just gonna have to dump it out. We got a lot of that grit out of there. I can see it fell out. Most of these, they all look closed, so I think we're in a good spot. I got the beards off everyone I really could. I didn't really know how, like, what else was there, but, like, yeah. I don't know if you can see the mussels from over there, but there they are. They're looking tasty. And we'll do them on this skillet, because as soon as I get this boiling and simmering, we're going to plop it right over on our stove behind us. It was boiling until I started. I don't even know if I want to open this red tonight. I might open it to have Dolly. No, you gotta stop. I might open it just to have it with dinner. It is from Spain, and it is a Garnacha grape, which is one of my favorite grapes, like for wines. Like it's bold and fucking tasty and not sweet. All right, we're boiling over here, so we're gonna move over here and just kind of turn that to a low, medium low. I've got to remember where I put my skillet. Alright, so I probably should have chopped up a little bitty shallot. I have a little bitty shallot, but do I want to mess with that, like cleaning a knife and cleaning another cutting board? Let me see. Yeah, I guess we can do that. We can use this cutting board right here. Quick wash of the knife. Yeah, I had last night at the Italian restaurant we went to, I had a vongole, like I said, the pasta and clams, and a clam sauce, and it was good, don't get me wrong, but like, I think mine's better. I always think mine's better. But I could tell they use canned clams. Why? Because I used to use canned clams, and now I don't. Now I use regular clams that I can get out of the seafood counter. usually little necks. There's some brown on this that I don't want, so we're just going to get rid of it. And some skin. Sometimes I hate peeling shallots because like I'll get a good chunk and it'll like get under my fingernail and it'll burn like a motherfucker. It's not a fun experience. Another time I want to do some mussels that, you know, they have some good, on the menu at Mussel and Burger Bar down in Kentucky, they have a beer and blue cheese. Mixture, which sounds really good. I'd probably do goat cheese instead of blue cheese, even though I like blue cheese. So like, yeah. But I may try that sometime. Use PBR and some goat cheese or blue cheese and butter and shallot. And then they have the regular mussels minuet or menu or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like a white wine butter sauce, which is typically what you will find at most places when you order mussels. It's just a white wine and butter sauce. That's fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's just very basic. I'm very, very excited about how this is going to turn out already. Like, I'm very excited. Like, that sauce tastes absolutely phenomenal. All these mussels are sealed and closed up, looking healthy, ready to go, ready to sacrifice themselves for my eating pleasure. And what I like, I can talk about Whole Foods a lot because that's where I go to get my shit. But like, honestly, if I would have got mussels at Kroger, if they had them, or anywhere else, like I've seen them there before, they're not going to sit there and go through every mussel and see, okay, this one's sealed, this one's good, blah, 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 this one's not broken. I had a broken one in here that probably broke when in transit, which is not a big problem. We just threw it away because we're not going to deal with broken things because we don't cook dead mussels. Sorry, guys. Don't do it, darling. I hear the dog upstairs barking. You don't need to start doing it too. Alright, so chopping our shallot up a little bit. I'm probably gonna have to go to Kroger fucking sometime and get another shallot because I need to cook something. Probably. Well, I guess if I don't make that red wine sauce, I don't need a shallot. But if I want to make that sauce, I do need a shallot. Alright. Ooh, boil over here. We need to turn that on a low. That's so good already. I could just eat that broth. Fuck. Alright. So we're going to take our pan, heat up our skillet. And because everybody knows butter is the best thing to put in anything, I'm gonna toss this butter in here. Keep in mind, I have not drank this whole bottle, so if I open up this bottle of red Scarnaccia that I have with this, don't judge. But I will try this before we get off here because I think you guys should see my reaction the first time I've made something like this. This is totally just like I said, I tried to look up recipes, but it was nothing that I could find, right? That was like theirs, and what they described in their menu. So like, I was like, fuck it. I know what ingredients to buy. I know how to make a sofrito. I know how to make fucking seafood stock, even if it was very quick. And I said, I know how to do it like everything else. So let's do it. And as I said, as long as these mussels turn out good, we're gonna have a fucking tasty ass dinner. And it's a shame I mean, nobody to share it with, but it means more for me. Alright, get those in there. Alright, we're going to turn this down to medium low. Then we're going to toss our mussels in. Try to get them in as fast as we can. Make sure they're all sealed and good to go. And we're going to pour some wine in that bitch. Yeah, they are all sealed. Some of them were open like when I was working on them earlier, but they sealed up in that salt water. Alright, so we've got our mussels in our pan. It is a little overcrowded, but that's okay. Here goes our wine in. Goodbye, bottle of Spanish White. Cheers. We're going to pause this for a second over here, and I am going to take a ladle full of this sauce and sprinkle it in here as well, so we can soak up that sauce as well as the wine and butter and shallot. I don't have a place to put this, and I need one. There we go. Oh! Man down, man down. We got our French baguette because I don't bake, as you can tell, because like all of this shit right here is improv. And just hoping I know what I'm doing. So we did buy a small little French baguette. Ooh, we got a mess going on here. Spilled some of that sofrito broth. I loved how this turned, like, this cooking while intoxicated, like, started when I was laid off, unemployed in 2020, like a lot of people, thanks to fucking COVID, right? So I started doing this really to keep myself sane and not to, like, I was going through a lot that year. Going through some similar things now. That's why I'm restarting it and doing it as much as I am. But the key thing is, I started this in 2020, and it was just me really kind of getting drunk and cooking. I had no, like, planned recipes or anything like that, and it was just, like, usually simple stuff. And then, like, I kind of took a break from it. I started doing a couple, like, TikToks and things like that for it, and Reels. But doing it like this and, you know, getting back into it, it's pretty nice. Especially doing things like I've never done before and just winging it, hoping I get it right, and it turning out to be fucking fantastic. Because, like I said, unless these mussels taste like ass, it's gonna be a tasty ass dinner. That boil a little bit more. Get some of that make it a little thicker. That's so good. Alright, we're just gonna give this a little shake. Let all those mussels open. Put our butter at Dolly move. Dolly move, stop licking things off the dishwasher. Better not for you. I've got a wine stopper, so I could always just drink this red and then put a stopper in it and drink the rest with my steak tomorrow. Because I'm pretty sure I am going to do the steak tomorrow. Oops, I opened it. And look, I'm taking the cork off. Everybody that I've ever known has bitched at me that I drink wine with has bitched at me because I don't take the fucking cork off the corkscrew. But I did today. Alright, some of these look really good, so I'm gonna like just sneak one out here. Let's see what we got. Let's set it over here. I'm gonna turn this on low. Rinse our wine glass out. And pour us a nice garnacha. Oh, it smells good. I've got to figure out a different way to do this. All right. So we're gonna take a little sample of this. Right now we got some sauce. We got this on very low, just to keep warm. Stop. We're just gonna take a little sample taste. We got some lobster in here, some chorizo, some mussels, sauce. That's good shit. That is good fucking shit. Like, yeah, who's ready to fucking eat? I am. As soon as we get this bread warmed up. Fuck, I don't have a bread knife, but I got a knife that'll work. But holy absolute shit. This Moules Basquaise is very, very, very good. You can't go wrong with garnacha. It's just such a beautiful grape. It thrives in very hard environments that grapes don't usually thrive in, and that's why I like it, because so do I. I'm really excited about this. Like I said, it's too much for one person, but I could probably use this sauce tomorrow for like, or here the next day or so, and make a little shrimp dish or something, you know, who knows. Or just throw that shit on pasta, it'd still be good. I'm really just waiting until this gets warm. It's already obviously cooked. I just wanted to get warm and crispy. So we're going to take our mussels and set them over here for a minute. We're going to move our sauce back over here. This is on very low, it's on 100 degrees. And then we are going to take our mussels, our moules, and we're going to drop it in to our sauce here. Like seriously, this is almost like one of the best things I have cooked. And it's like, I hated living in Louisville, but like there was a couple cool things. I had like one or two people I really enjoyed spending time with. And then I really like some of the restaurants, and Muscle and Burger Bar was one of them. And I have not had this since. All right, we're probably good on that, so we're just gonna keep going over here and let that go where it's going. Well, you didn't open. You got some time to go. We gotta fucking keep you going. A couple of these were real crowded and haven't opened all the way yet, so we're gonna have to toss those back on the oven, back on the burner. We're gonna mix them up in this beautiful sauce. And you know what? if they don't open, they're dead and they're bad. Well, I mean, they're all dead now, but like if they don't open, I'm not gonna eat them. We'll toss them away. We got plenty of them. A pound is plenty for one person. It's good for two people, but okay, yeah. So there's a couple in here I want to pop back on the burner. I'm going to put these in here that we got. We're just going to keep moving shit over and over again, right? Because these still need steamed and they need to open up more. So I'm going to turn them on a medium high. I do not need to drink 2 full bottles of wine tonight, so I need to be careful. But I'm gonna have this glass, and I'm gonna have a glass with my meal. This lighter is a stolen lighter. I stole it from somebody. They deserved it. And this lighter's not a stolen lighter. I am a lighter thief, especially at the mill. We should put our tomato paste back in the fridge and our achiote. Some of the, oh, look at those opening all faster and shit. Yeah, there we go. Come on. We're getting there. I'll tell you what, that one I had no grit, no beard on it. It was great. Like it was like a perfect muscle. So we're gonna let those steam a little bit longer in our mixture. It's been a quiet night tonight. Instagram's had some people popping in and out, which I appreciate, but everything else has been pretty quiet. I'm okay though. You know what? If I worry about who's watching and how many followers and shit I got, like, it's just gonna stress me out. I'm like, I don't need that. I'm here, I'm cooking, I'm doing what I enjoy to do, and I'm talking to whoever. I mean, I'm talking to myself, but like I'm talking to all of y'all who may be watching later or watching right now. And, you know, it just helps me. I just like to cook and talk, man. So like, that's what we're gonna do. We'll do that for a while. Oh yeah, all those are opening up now. Except one of them. One of them's still being a little pain in the ass. What's wrong with you, buddy? Oh, he's going. He's going. He's getting there. He's just a little shy. You know, I don't even remember when I discovered the Garnacha grape. I don't remember if it was in Louisville or if it was somewhere else, but like, yeah. I'm enough of a wine drinker now that I have a favorite grape, so. Whatever that means. Alright, these are almost good, so we're gonna grab our French baguette out of our little oven here. It's got a nice little crisp to it already. Got hit in the face with fucking steam on that sumbitch. Alright, so we got our little wooden cutting board right here. I'm gonna take our French baguette. First we're going to cut it in half. I don't have a bread knife, so we're just going to have to use a steak knife and make that work. And then we're going to cut it down the middle. And then we're going to pop it back in that oven for a minute. And let that top get nice, and the inside of that get nice and toasted. We're going to put it on a broil, but we're going to be very, very careful about what we're doing. We're going to have to check this very shortly. This only has bread on it, so we're all right with that. All right, let's see if all these are open now. This little guy's still hanging on. I got two little guys still hanging on, but they are open, so we're gonna go with it. We're actually gonna toss all the open ones in our sauce over here. And the ones that aren't quite open enough, we're gonna keep going and let those steam a little bit longer. There's only two in here, and they're open, but they're not like fully open. And I want them to be fully open before we do what we need to do. So hopefully, by the time this bread gets a little brown on top, these little fuckers are open and we'll be good to go. I see him trying. He's fighting it. He's already dead. Just open. They're trying to get open a little more. They're trying. That shit's fire. You don't even understand. I wish you could taste it. I really wish people could taste it. Look at the heat and the steam moving that fucking lid around. Y'all see that? Alright, I think we're gonna go for it. They're open enough for me. We're gonna pause it. I'm gonna turn that off. I'll go over here. Give it all a little stir. Turn it up a little bit. Let it boil and then we'll eat it. I will try everything together because like I said, this is the first time that I've made this. And like, how I made it, like I didn't use a recipe. I fucking read an ingredient. I read a menu. And I saw what the menu said. I remember what the menu originally said. Now it says seafood sofrito broth, but it used to say lobster sofrito broth. So that's why I got the lobster and chorizo. So we'll see what happens. I think it's gonna be pretty fucking tasty. All right, boom, we're turning this off. Boom, we're taking these out because this is brown. This is good to go. Oh, that's crispy as fuck. We're ready to go on that shit. Alright, y'all, thanks for watching Cooking While Intoxicated. I'm gonna fucking plate this shit and eat it so y'all know it's good. Because if it's not good, I will tell you. Because I will be mad at myself. But I think it's gonna be pretty fucking tasty, honestly. Like, you know, if you want restaurant quality meals, just come produce. Just come produce, hit a couple buttons on the fucking thing. I'll give you eye signals, it'll be great. Alright, so we're gonna put this in this little bowl that should be for ramen, but I use it for a lot of other things. I didn't buy a ladle today, but I stole one from my parents' house. I may be able to eat some of this for lunch tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see, because there's quite a few mussels in here. Alright, turn that off. And we'll deal with that in a minute. Alright. So here's our plate. Let me get us a zoom in on this real quick, just so everybody can see. Oh, hey, look, you're all gonna get a very close-up view of my shoulder and head while I do this Instagram thing. Alright, now we're gonna do the same. This is why I need a fucking producer, you guys. Because I like small spoons. Here we go, ready? We're gonna taste this. We're gonna take this mussel here, we're gonna scrape it out of the bowl. We're gonna get a good mixture of sauce, some chorizo, and some lobster there. I don't know if you can see that, but here we go. Look, we're gonna get down low so we can see. Can we see on the twit? We can see on Instagram, but we can't see on anything else. All right, here we go. We're gonna eat it, right? Here goes nothing. 1, 2, 3. Not only does that taste a little bit like I remember, that tastes better than I remember. So let's bring it back up. Woo, not losing. See, that's what happens when you're drunk and trying to produce and cook at the same time, you know what I mean? You're gonna see my head and shoulders again. Alright. So since you can see myself again, that's why I need a fucking producer. But let's try it again here. That's fucking tasty. I'm sorry you're missing out, but it's good as fuck. I'm gonna go eat this. Thank y'all for watching. We'll be back probably tomorrow and maybe Tuesday. The rest of the week we might take off, but hey, thanks for watching. Cooking while intoxicated, get drunk, eat good food. Peace.